like Zig Ziglar, Dr. Robert Schuller, and Rudy Giuliani. He is the author of several books and founder of Sales Influence, a sales training company based in Atlanta, Georgia. We are very proud to have him here today to share with you some thoughts on success. Please give him a warm welcome.
Great, thank you. How you guys doing today? Am I in a ceremony or am I in a celebration? How many believe we're in a ceremony? How many believe we're in a celebration? That's what I'm talking about. Now I got two types of speeches I can give you today, but I'm going to give you the choice. I got a real boring one. I got a real exciting one. They both contain the same content, but I'm going to let you decide. Clap if you want the boring one. If you clap, leave the room. All right. How do you want the exciting one? By the way, how many don't care as long as it's good and it's short? I'm hoping you clap because you want it to be good and not what? Short. All right. North Carolina, thank you for having me. Wanted to be here. I'm glad to be here. It's the first time I've come to North Carolina, especially out in Raleigh. Never been here. Had a chance to walk downtown. By the way, beautiful downtown if you haven't walked it. I just want to take a moment and say I walked over by the War Memorial, and it's one of the most gorgeous memorials I've ever seen if you haven't done that. So let me just say God bless America for those who defended and those who are still defending it. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Now, we live in Georgia. Now, I was born and raised in Chicago near the Cabrini Green housing projects. We were poor. We're talking food stamps, government cheese, powdered milk, clap if you feel my pain. That's what I'm talking about. Now, I want you to take the poverty test. Back then, you knew you were poor when you had to change the television with a what? That's right. Somebody said a screwdriver. Pliers would work too. Back then, you knew you were poor. If your antenna broke off, what did you use? And if you didn't have a hanger, what did you use? Man, there's some poverty in this room. I love it. So we're living in Georgia now, and I got to tell you, I love the South. Because in the South, I don't know what it is. Just people are just nice in the South. You know, are you with me on this? Really nice. And there's two things I've discovered about the South, especially in Georgia. First, did you know that Georgia has a national treasure? If you don't know, here it is. Listen carefully. Waffle House. Clap if you know what I'm talking about. Let me tell you why I like the Waffle House. There you will find the most politically incorrect people, and I love it. You walk into a Waffle House, women come to you and say, come on in, honey. Sweetie pie, darling, my favorite, baby. I love it. I'm not offended. I've been married 22 years. 4 different women, out the years, done that. That was a joke. So I tell my wife, when I'm hungry and I need love, where do I go? That's what I'm talking about. The other thing I like about the South is, man, you guys got a lot of preachers on television on Sunday. So I'm flicking the channel, right? And all of a sudden I see a guy by the name, I believe his name is John Hay. Clap if you know who he is. Man, that's a serious dude that's firing brimstone coming at you. And I'm like, whoa, I'm scared. Flick, not you. I then tune over to a guy named Noel Jones. You know who he is? Man, that guy's vocabulary is too big. I had to have a dictionary going, too much work to try to keep up with you. And then I found this guy by the name of Joel Osteen. Man, I like Joel Osteen. Man, he makes me feel good. It's like, he's like butter, but like warm butter. Like, you know, like syrup, like hot syrup. I'm hungry. Let's go to the Waffle House, right? You know what I mean? That's why I look at Joe. Now, Joe's a good friend of mine. Now, but Joe, I was watching him on TV, and he told me this great story, and I want to share this story with you. Because I like Joe. And I listened to the story, I said, you know, Joe, that's a good story. I want to share it with you. It's about two farmers. There's an optimistic farmer, there's a pessimistic farmer. One day it's raining. Optimistic farmer says, man, rain on down, let my crops grow. Pessimistic farmer says, rain, go away. My crops are going to go right now. I'm going to go broke. The next day, beautiful sunny day. Optimistic farmer says, shine on down, let my crops grow. Pessimistic farmer says, man, sun go away, my crops are going to dry up. I'm going to go broke. The man cannot have a good day. Have you met anybody like that? You know what I'm talking about, right? So one day, the optimistic farmer decides to go hunting. gets himself a new hunting dog, decides to go on the lake and hunt for ducks. The last minute, he invites the pessimistic farmer to come with him. Sure enough, convinces them, and I want you to visualize this. They're in the boat in the middle of the lake. Optimistic farmer has his rifle pointed up because he's thinking, sooner or later, there's going to be a duck, right? Pessimistic farmer has his rifle laid across his lap because he's thinking, ain't never going to be a duck. Sure enough, quack, quack. Optimistic farmer takes one shot, hits the duck, it comes crashing down about 20 feet from the boat. At that very moment, the optimistic farmer tells his hunting dog, go get the duck. Man, that dog leaps out of the boat, walks on top of the water, grabs the duck in his mouth, turns around, walks back on top of the water, jumps into the boat, and lays the duck at his master's feet. Man, at that very moment, the optimistic farmer is feeling real proud. Looks over at the pessimistic farmer and says, man, what'd you think of that? Pessimistic farmer says, man, they stole your money. The dog can't swim. I'm telling you, folks, so here's rule number one for my graduates of 2010. Stay away from pessimistic people if you want to be successful. Beautiful. Rule number two, let me run this by you. This is going to happen. Tell me, and I'm talking to everybody here, have you ever had a moment when you woke up in the middle of the night and you had a fantastic idea? Clap if you know what I'm talking about. You have this great idea, you're like, man, you can't sleep. And you're tossing and turning. And sure enough, if you're married, your significant other kicks you out of bed because they're trying to sleep. Sure enough, you get up and you start thinking about this idea. And you say to yourself, man, this is the best idea I've ever had. So you get up and you start mulling this idea over. 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, by 5 in the morning, you are convinced that this is the best idea you've ever had. And man, you're going to make a lot of money. By 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, you are convinced that you've made your $1 million where? Up here. By 8 or 9 o'clock, man, you've retired. Where? Up here. You are done. Sure enough, you're so excited, you can't wait to find somebody to tell them this idea. So what do? You wait for somebody. Friend, colleague, family, it doesn't matter. Finally, somebody gets up. And what happens? You run over there. All right. Look, man, I got to tell you this idea I had last night. I couldn't sleep. Let me tell you this idea. So you start describing this idea. You start going through the motions like, and then all of a sudden you ask that key question, man, what do you think? And at that very moment, the dream killer has shown up. You know what I'm talking about? Because it was going good up to that point. And here's what I noticed about dream killers. They're not going to stab your idea, twist it out, and kill it in front of you. Oh, no, 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 no. Dream killers like to work quietly. They like to chop your dream down slowly right in front of you. Here's how they do it. You run over and tell them the idea. You say, what do you think? Dream killer's response. I mean, it sounds like a good idea. And you're like, well, that's not the response you were waiting for. So you're like, man, you're not understanding me. Let me explain it to you again. So you start going, listen, do you get it now? Dream killer response. Yeah, I mean, I just never seen anybody do it that way. At this very moment, your idea is on life support, so you gotta what? You gotta bring it. So here's what you do. You start breaking out PowerPoints. You start breaking up the manual. You have one of those Jerry Maguire moments, you know what I mean? Where you type up the manifesto, slap it on the table, and then you don't see it. Dream killer's response, the final stab, the twisting of the knife to kill your idea. They say something like this. I mean, if you want to do it, go ahead. What happens? You walk away from that conversation and say, man, that was the dumbest idea I've ever had. I can't believe I stayed up all night with that dumb idea. Fast forward life. 1 year later, what do you see? Your idea. Right? Now, what was the difference between you and that person? They took what? Give me some answers here. Oh, I get it. It's a action. No. Here was your real problem. Listen carefully. You listen to stupid people. That's your problem. Now, I know what you're saying. North Carolina, but you just can't come here and say stupid like that. That's wrong. Well, let me go ahead and define stupid. This evening, we'll do my definition of stupid. That's all I'm asking. I've identified 3 types of people whose advice you should never take. I've gone ahead and categorized them for your benefit. 3 levels. First level, never listen to people who don't know. Second level, never listen to people who don't know. And they don't know. Third, first of all, never listen to people who don't know. Know they don't know, but pretend to know what they don't know. Are you with me? All right. One, never listen to pessimistic people. Two, never listen to. You said it, I didn't, all right? Now, last one. I know what's going to happen. We got a tough economy. We got all this negative vibe around us, right? You're going to meet pessimistic people. You're going to meet stupid people. I have developed a weapon that will protect you from this. Would you like to know it? This works. It is universal. Anybody can use it. And I will guarantee that you will stop pessimistic people and you will stop stupid people from messing with your head. You ready for it? All right, hold up your left hand like this. Here's what I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine the palm of your left hand. There's a black dot. Can you see the black dot? Now, written on top of that black dot, wait a minute, let me just stop for a second. I've always wanted to say this. The class of 2010 is the coolest class I've ever spoken to. Just want me to say that. So, you see the dot? All right, written on top of that black dot is the word delete. Listen carefully. You gotta know how this works. You ever had that situation where you're talking to somebody and you wind up arguing with them, and then you walk away feeling bad? Never again? Here's what you do. You let them talk. Even if you disagree with them, let them talk. When they walk away, delete. You see what I'm saying? Say it with me. Delete. Now, when somebody says you can't get a degree, when somebody says you can't make money, when somebody says you can't make a seven-figure income, you can't own your own business. You see what I'm saying? All right, so let's finish this off right. Thank you. All right. Let's finish this off right. I want everybody to the feet. You're about to take the pledge. This is the Make Money Logical Success. Oh, I'm talking to you folks in the back, too. Everybody get something with me today. You know also, come on. Don't make me call you up, because I will. I can't go over in the back. I'll call you out. Because this is for everybody. All right, now listen carefully. We're going to do the pledge. I call this my logical success pledge. Put your fingers up in the air like this. Repeat after me. Do what I say. Ready? I pledge allegiance to my flag. Wait a minute. Some of you look confused. Put your fingers down for a second. Don't sit down. Don't sit down. It's my fault. I feel so bad because I can explain something. See, there's a fundamental difference between a thing and a thing. Well, let me define it for you. See, in life, if you do a thing, you're not going to make a lot of money. You're always going to be broke. You're always going to have that J-O-B that stands for what? You're still going to right? So in life, we don't want to do a thing. What do we want to do? Man, because when you do your thing, beautiful things start to happen. All of a sudden you get an MBA. Yeah. And by the way, when you get an MBA, what does it stand for? Mega bank account. You with me? All right. Fingers up in the air one more time. I pledge allegiance to my thing. Man, look at your thing. Let me know you can. To my thing. I will rise above. Doing what I love. I will make that dough. Can we say that again? I like that. I will make that dough. Doing what I know. And those who laugh, louder like you mean it, those who laugh can kiss my assets. North Carolina, University of Phoenix.